Hey you guys, it's Thursday already. Can you believe it? I cannot believe it. This week has flown by for me. All right, let's go ahead and say hello to each other. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? How are you this morning? I am fine, I hope you are too. I am fine, I hope you are too. I am fine, I hope you are too. Hope you are too this morning. Turn to your neighbor and be a rocket ship. Pew! Turn to your neighbor and be a rocket ship. Pew! Turn to your neighbor and be a rocket ship. Pew! Be a rocket ship this morning. All right, let's get to it. We are going to add another day to our calendar. We are still in the month of March. And let's count to see what number comes next. 1, 2, am I in the way? Move out of the way a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 comes next. And we are going to see what color it's going to be. Do you guys remember what pattern we're doing? The ABB pattern. So that goes black, red, red, black, red, red, black. So what's 26 going to be? The color red. So there we go. There's our red 26. And do you guys remember the pattern song that we did sometimes in class? I figured we should do that because we haven't done it at all this week. So let me scooch this table a little bit. All right, we're going to do the pattern song. We'll do 2 of them, okay? Make a pattern, make a pattern, make a pattern, okay. Make a pattern, make a pattern, make a pattern, okay. Clap, shake your hips, clap, shake your hips, clap, shake your hips, clap, shake your hips. All right, this time we're gonna do an ABB pattern. So we're gonna do something and then we're gonna do something 2 times, okay? Make a pattern, make a pattern, make a pattern, okay. Make a pattern, make a pattern, make a pattern, okay. Blink, stomp, stomp. Blink, stomp, stomp. Blink, stomp, stomp. Blink, stomp, stomp. Good job. My son's favorite is, he goes AAB, and he goes banana, nana, meatball. I think that's from something. Maybe from Go Noodle, I'm not sure. Anyway, that's his favorite one. Okay, so we're gonna talk about a couple things. This week we've talked about the seasons. We've talked about the month of March. We've talked a little bit about the weather that it's been like lately. So I think you guys, well, next week we are gonna talk a lot more about springtime. And about the weather that we're having, and we're gonna do a lot of crafts with that. So I don't wanna bore you with that now. So we'll save some time, but you guys can be thinking about some things that have to do with spring for next week, okay? We're gonna finish up with solar system. Do you guys feel like you've learned a lot about the solar system this week? I hope so. Today I have some pictures of each of the planets, and I looked up some information about each planet to tell you guys what each planet is like. So I want to show you guys that, but I want to bring you guys a little bit closer so we can see it a little bit better. And we're also going to be talking about constellations. Have you guys ever heard of constellations before? Constellations are made in the stars. This is a constellation of Orion. This is Orion's belt. He looks like a warrior. See, those are his shoulders, and that's, I think, maybe a sword. That used to be my favorite constellation when I was little. My mom, she actually taught stuff on constellations. She did the science she taught science in 8th grade for my 8th grade year when I was in 8th grade. And so she taught us a lot about constellations, and I could always find Orion in the sky, so I liked that one. All right, I'm gonna bring you guys closer so we can look at these planets. All right. Let's see. All right. All right. This is supposed to be the sun. So we're gonna go in order from the sun and then down. So this is the sun, and the first planet is Mercury. So Mercury is really dusty, and the reason why it's super dusty is because Mercury doesn't have anything to protect it from things that are like shooting through the universe at it, so that it gets hit by rocks and stuff and it makes all this dust fly up. So good thing we don't live there, right? Because on Earth we have a good atmosphere that protects the planet. So anyway, that's Mercury. It's kind of like an orangey color, orange and red. Pretty cool. Do you guys know what comes next? Mercury and then Venus. Venus is kind of brown and tan. And Venus has a lot of clouds. And guess what? It gets really, really hot there. Super duper hot. 800 degrees. That's super hot. So I know that might be hard to understand. Here, when it gets like 90 degrees, we're like, oh my goodness, I need to get in the swimming pool because it is too hot. Can you imagine if it was 800 degrees? That's really hot. There's also a lot of tornadoes on Venus. That's not good. And then, you guys know what's next? The third planet, the most important planet, Earth. That's our planet. That's where we live. We know what Earth is like, right? Because we live on the Earth. So we don't have to discuss that too much. We have different seasons. We have different temperatures. We kind of know what that's like. Yeah. All right, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and then Mars. Do you guys know what Mars is called? Mars is called the red planet. Do you want to know why? Because it's red. Look how red it is. So red, they say that it's like a cold desert, which is kind of weird because usually deserts are hot, right? Except for at nighttime. But it's a cold desert. It has a lot of volcanoes and also a lot of ice there. So that's kind of crazy. It's kind of opposites, right? You don't want to live on Mars. All right, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. Do you guys know what this one is? It's Jupiter. Jupiter is the biggest planet. And do you guys know what's on Jupiter? Storms. A lot and a lot of storms. That is actually a big storm called the Red Eye, and it's been going on for over 150 years. Can you believe that? That's a long time for a storm. Can you imagine if a storm was that long? That'd be your whole life. Longer than your whole life. All right, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, and then Saturn. So Saturn is most known for its cool rings, but guess what? Some other planets actually have rings too. You just can't see them as well as on Saturn. Saturn's rings are made up of ice particles and rock particles, which is not as exciting. You would think maybe you could like stand on them or something, but that's what it's made of. What else is on Saturn? Saturn also has a lot of moons, but a lot of the planets have a lot of moons. Jupiter has a lot of moons too. And it also is made up of a lot of gas, which most of the planets are made up of a lot of gases. But Kind of interesting. All right, what's next? You guys know? Uranus, which is a blue planet. And it kind of fits because you know what's on Uranus? Lots and lots of ice. It's a frozen planet. Maybe that's where Elsa's from. Do you guys think? Maybe. And then the last one. You guys know what the last one is? Neptune. Neptune, which is also a very dark and very cold and a very windy planet. Super duper cold. Probably because Uranus and Neptune, they're the farthest away from the sun. So that makes sense that they're super cold, right? Probably a lot of ice there. Well, if they have water. Very, very cold for sure. All right, those are all the planets. I hope you guys are having a really good week. I really would like to see what you guys have been doing at home. So if you guys can, send me a little message so that I know what you guys have been doing. Yeah, I'll probably do one more quick video about something. Oh, actually, we need to do our word web. That's what we're gonna do in our next video. But I really would like you guys to participate if you can. So if you watch this video, shoot a couple words that have to do with the solar system to me and I'll put them on the word web, okay? Otherwise I'll have to make it all by myself and you guys are just gonna have to watch it. But I would love to do a shout out to you and say, hey, thanks so-and-so for giving us this word. So send us a word and we'll put it on the word web, okay? All right, I love you guys. I hope you're having a good little quarantine break.